day. So maybe we can look at that
Yeah,
later.
we can do that. We can do that between, yeah.
Like, because I want a clothing consultant to tell me how good I look. Right? And it's like you keep it in a watch or in a mirror, and it comes out, it tells you what to wear, stuff like that. But I don't know how important that's going to be.
Yeah,
A magic mirror on the wall.
And I want a suit that self cleans because I don't want to be dirty. I want like 10 of those.
If we decide we're going to use that today, we'll retcon it. I'll just say, right, well, I'll let you just kind of vibe it. Right. So is that you in there, V-Count? Are you good to go there? Is there anything else you want to do? Anything else you want to add?
There was one other thing that I was looking at, which was the personal auto medic.
Okay.
Page 91. Really quick. Page 91.
Auto medic, page 91. Let's have a look.
It's like a subdermal implant that stops you being poisoned or makes it harder to be poisoned. And it also contains like if you're about to die, it puts you into hibernation for like a month.
Amazing. Okay, so I've not got that on my create as an item. So if you just make a little note of that,
okay,
I will add that on. So that would be in equipment, wouldn't it? So let's just put it on there. If I just create personal auto medic, how does that work?
Are you asking me a technical question?
I
don't know if you're asking me a forge question or a traveler question.
No, a traveler question. Adds +1 to checks made to overcome poisons or diseases.
Yeah, and you can integrate where is it? Page. Sorry, I'm on the. Right, here we go. It says on page 93, you can have a fast drug, which is the thing that pushes into hibernation if you're about to die.
Yes. Okay. That's really fucking cool.
And it's the kind of thing my guy would have, right? He's in a dangerous situation, but he's got money to burn. So he'd be like,
yeah.
And it's not visible because it's subdermal, so no one knows you've got it.
I love that. Right. Okay, cool. Has everyone seen Phil's character?
Mm-mm.
Right, let me just
show there you go. Is that you in the background? Look at him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an absolute spitting image.
What a dashing chap.
Exactly right.
He's had about as different a life as Scratch.
Yeah, just because you all look worse than me doesn't mean you are worse. Although you are worse.
We know that. I love the idea that he wants 10 self-cleaning suits. Just wait until he gets onto the muck that is near Scratch's console.
I can't wait until he meets Scratch and just one hand on the shoulder just ruins that whole greasy drip of sandwich just all down the front.
Yeah, no, it'll be banging. Right, okay, so let's do Rob first, who is Baron Yashkobina. So if I just change your name.
Yep, please.
Is there any... So have you done your skills?
I've done my skills.
In terms of an augment?
So I was thinking in terms of an augment, and this is something Dax already has, but I'm taking it for character reasons because I thought he could be a bit of an intelligence operative within the Royal Guard. So his skills I took athletic strength because I thought it figured with his dexterity, but I took electronics, comms, investigate, stealth, and mechanic because he already has really high recon.
Yeah.
So I thought to support that, a peripheral vision enhancement for a cybernetic eye, which comes in at 50k on page 60.
Yes,
which gives him +1 to initiative and +1 to his recon checks for spotting hidden objects and that kind of thing.
Okay, so you've got that now. So that should automatically, if you equip it, it should automatically increase those rolls.
Awesome.
Okay.
It's equipped.
So next we have, we'll do Duke Iago. So let me just change your name, Dan. Rename Duke Iago Renatus. And actually, didn't Kenneth Branagh play Iago in Othello, didn't he? He plays Iago in Othello. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure he does. Yeah.
Meant to be.
Yeah,
You've got to do the voice now.
No, Christ. I believe Kenneth Branagh's from a small village just outside Grimsby. So
yeah, that's what I read in his Wikipedia page.
Quickly updating Wikipedia right now.
What do you want?
So what I added skills-wise, because I just thought, it's a one-off, like what would his background be? So I actually added the skill of art and deception, and then I thought I'd give him a bit of a flaw, even though he's a duke, that he's a gambler, so I gave gambler. But then I also added stealth. And then what would be the other one? Oh, and astrogation.
Okay. So we might meet these characters again, might we? So
yeah. So I just thought I'd try and pad it out in that
pad
way.
it out a little bit, yeah.
But actually, it's similar to what actually Rob's just picked. I was going to ask for some kind of eye targeting, because basically his gun combat is energy, and so I wanted something that would be something that would be
something that would be like that. So ballistic tracking lenses give you a +1 on ranged attacks.
Nice.
Okay.
So it's tiny receptors in your retina that
Mhm.
outline any object you're aiming at.
Robocop style.
Exactly that.
Yes.
That's exactly
Yeah,
Good. Yeah, I didn't want like zoom long range stuff. It was exactly that, just to help with targeting. So perfect.
Right. So let's give you that. Now let me just check whether I've got the active effect. Yes, I have. Okay, good. So if you equip that, it should show up as a little icon on the top left of your image.
Mm-hmm.
And
You equip by
there's a little icon of a man like with a walking stick, which means it's in your backpack, and if you click that once, it becomes equipped.
Yeah, and you see a little icon appear on your top left, and that's a little cybernetic eye.
Over the picture. Yeah, great.
Over the pitch, yeah, okay. And then we have Sir Luca Mazza. Lovely. So let's put Sir Luca Mazza. What do you want, mate?
So, skill-wise, I have chosen I looked at the Luca picture and I only could think about word loyalty. And I thought what loyalty is associated with is animals. So basically, Luca is loyal as a dog. Well, they don't know what dog is, but, they could read it in history books. So
there's space dogs.
Skills, animals handling, animals training, to some extent persuade, I felt it's relevant, and survival, because guy was doing long walks with those maybe dogs, maybe wolves, maybe different species.
Yes,
and he had to survive in those hills.
He likes the outdoors. He might have spent some time on the surface of the planet, maybe. With the Vespexes, which are the kind of survivalists.
And he's dealing within the guard. He's dealing with the sort of dogs or related to
canine units.
Something like that.
I like that. Yeah, we'll work that in somehow. I like that.
I'm surprised that you didn't take broker skill for buying animals.
Well,
resist.
And then maybe you don't know, but training is for training animals to steal someone's cash and poison wells.
Or training them to shit in rivers.
While filming it.
What do you want for your augments then, Sir Luca?
To my deep apology, I really didn't understand where we were looking augments like, and I didn't interrupt. So
tell me what kind of thing you might want.
Animals relevant.
Animals relevant. You could have a skill augmentation that would give you a bonus.
Sounds good.
So, or you could have
hearing enhancement or a scent enhancement.
You could have razor claws.
Bionic dog penis.
No. Something to communicate. Augmentation sounds fine. So is it?
Yeah.
What's augment is? It's basically
is like a cybernetic implant.
And basically, it improves the skill. Skill augmentation
it improves the skill. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's the skill we want to increase?
Well, it would be. So, do I need to have animal at 1 to have animal handling at 1?
You would have. Let me just look what you've put.
Animals.
Let's just close that.
I just put animals, animal handling, and animal training in case animal handling and training require animals.
So just put all you need is animals 0.
Okay.
So get rid of, because that covers all aspects of training and handling.
Oh, really?
So if you get rid of the training and the handling.
Because the others are specializations, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I can't pick skill. Okay, I need 2 more skills. And I'll pick
2 more skills, yes.
I'll pick something, but I'll definitely augment animals skill.
Yes, okay.
And
so let's give you
2 more relevant skills.
Yeah, so I've equipped that on your character now. So what should happen if I issue to make an animal skill roll, it should automatically add +1 if I've done it right.
Thank you, thank you.
And if it doesn't come up, then just add it manually.
Yeah, you might have to equip it, because I think I had to equip my skill augmentation.
Yeah. I had to do the same with my eye.
Yeah, I've just done it for you. Your combat armor as well, my Drinaxian Hawkman, is not equipped either. So you'll have to just equip that. I forgot to do that.
Equipped.
Okay.
Equipped. Yes, thank you.
Is it Celestinius or Celestinius?
Celestinius.
And how do you prefer to be? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Viscount Celestinius? So give us a bit of a background, but don't tell them who your uncle is at the moment.
Okay, well, I am Viscount Celestinius Odovacar Soon, the 5th House of Drinax. My family owns vast tracts of land, both on the irradiated plains below us, on Drinax itself, but most valuably on one of our vassal planets called Asim. I knew it began with an A. Asim, where we grow. We have vineyards. We grow fantastic wine, which we import at vast expense and sell to all the other nobles of Drinax. And I like drinking wine, and I like hanging out and having a good time. I am awesome. I have a beautiful mustache. I have beautiful clothes. I have beautiful hair. I am beautiful. And I don't know where we are in the story, Mike, so I don't know what more I should be saying, apart from the fact that I am the best. I am literally nobility.
He is noble. You are from royal blood.
What a charm.
Yeah, we've all met Phil before.
Yeah, he's going to fit right in.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
And more importantly, when is the spin-off series of him and Scratch, just as a Netflix TV show, going to be?
Yeah, like a some kind of sitcom where they have to share a house.
Yeah.
Maybe they go back to college or something.
I guess you'd know, if you were all Hawkmen, you'd know that I sort of graduated from university, spent a long time loafing around, drinking, throwing elaborate parties with my wine, and just being a guy who was famous for being famous almost in the society. Nice. But then my sort of late 20s, early 30s, I was persuaded to actually get a real job. But my family connections helped me get a job, which everyone knows is just a front, really, just to give me a bit of money to make me look like I'm doing something and not a complete wastrel in the security agency. But it's just like it's a position without any power. It's just to get me to do something, so I don't drink my entire life.
Nice. Let's just put on here. I'm just looking for that kind of, when you're like, oh, just change that, and then you're
What's
like,
that thing? Was it the Dilbert comic that had that idea that someone always gets promoted above their pay grade until they become incompetent at their job? Yeah, that's kind of what happened to me in the agency. Because of my social connections, I got promoted until I was obviously way above my skill grade. So yeah, I'm just like one of these people. Like, yeah, everyone's like, oh, he's only got the job because of his family.
Yes. Yeah, and you had loads of connections in character generation and things that went well for you, and you just like aced all the way through it, made every roll. And like...
I needed like a 5, and I rolled a 3, but I had a +2 bonus because of a previous connection. So it was I just sort of scraped by.
Awesome.
Okay, so we're gonna open our session if you're ready.
Can I ask you a question, Mike? And you can say if you were going to integrate this in, but would it be possible for you to just explain, the characters we're playing, not our individual, what about our characters, but what are our character, what is their history within the game? I'm just to make sure we don't skew too far off half of what they would be.
Yeah. So you three are Drinaxian Hawkmen. You are the Royal / Imperial Palace Guard.
Okay.
So you're all from nobility, but then so is everyone. You all have titles and the lands that you own or your family owned are irradiated wastelands, so the titles really mean anything anymore. Drinax is a low gravity world, so you're all generally would be quite slim, but you'll be genetically engineered. Choosing because there's a narrow gene pool on the royal palace, so there's a case of like inbreeding potentially. So what they do is they genetically engineer. It's a bit like Gattaca. So everyone is fucking handsome, and everyone is gorgeous, and everyone is sophisticated. They all think far too much of themselves. It's like the flower. Imagine like the flower of European nobility in the medieval through to the Renaissance. Imagine them all living together in a couple of square miles above a planet that was just glassed and wasted. That was 200 years ago. So you're Drinaxian Hawkmen, so you have an elevated status. Is that sort of answer? Is that sort of
that's it.
answer?
Yeah, I just needed to know like the core of it, to know where to build from. Yeah, that's right.
It's a very prestigious job. It's a very prestigious role. It's probably partly inherited and very much down to who you kind of know. Do you ever see any real combat? Probably not. Okay. Probably not.
I was going to ask basically the same thing, and I suspect this will come out in play, so you can just shut me down. But do we have a feeling for how our characters would view the likes of Celestinius in his sort of role? Would we feel that we're above it as Hawkmen, or do we sort of bow to his authority in the position he's in regardless?
He definitely is from a higher social rank.
Yeah.
But you're almost like a subculture within the palace. So you would almost view yourselves, yes, he ranks above you, but if it came to security and matters of war or whatever, you would rank above him.
So we're allowed a bit of swagger.
You're allowed a bit of swagger, yes.
All I need to know.
You don't have to take his orders if you thought it was putting you, the palace, or him. If he was putting himself in danger, you're going to be trusted to look after him. And you're going to find out why that is the case in a little while.
Because we think he can't take care of himself, right?
Can't take care of himself.
Because Sir Luca believes that he's a dog.
Question, please. Is there a species which I could reference when I would speak about dogs in this session?
Varga.
Uplifted human dogs.
Uplifted human wolves.
Wolves, yes.
They're intelligent, aren't they?
Yes.
We met one in a suit and tie.
Yeah, are there less intelligent species?
There's all sorts of like animals in there, like loads of sort of different animal creatures and stuff, so...
Okay, stupid Varga is a dog.
Yes, called stupid Varga, yeah. It will be an insult.
Drinax is a very human-centric
Drinax is extremely human-centric.
So there wouldn't be many Varga or other, what's it called, abhumans? What are they called? Subhumans?
Yeah, transhumans.
I hope you get subhuman out of your mouth.
Stopping the recording, guys. Stopping the recording.
I just don't know what they're called. We just don't interact with them.
Oh, I
cannot wait for the first meeting with Scratch.
So I think Varga, even though they're an intelligent race, I think the Hawkmen would just view them as dogs. Unless they'd had specific interaction.
They might view them as, like, basically, the Drinaxians think they are better than everyone.
Oh, we are.
They are. But they might not act overtly abusive or racist, or it might just be I don't need to prove it. They've got this kind of, like, imperial confidence that is like, I don't have to abuse you or be rude. I just know it. And actually, you know it. Kind of like that. So there is this there might be some, within each of your personal characters, you might agree with the system. You might disagree with the system, but you're very much duty bound. Okay, so I'll be happy if you want to play around with how you feel about it, but a strong sense of duty. You'd be like the Queen's inner guard, really, the King's inner guard. And this is our map. This is our field of play. If you pull out on the map, you'll see the Trojan Reach. It's the outer rim void, the graveyard of empires. It has the remains of the brutal Sindalian Empire, which rose over 3,000 years ago, and it ruled half of that sector for about 600 years. It collapsed into civil war when the imperial capital at Noricum, which is here, was glassed, and the whole sector sort of collapsed into barbarism, apart from a small number of kingdoms centered on Drinax. Less than a dozen, really. And that kingdom of Drinax maintained a bit of a light of civilization, reaching extremely high technology levels, tech level 15 in game terms, and basically ruled this area, which is on the Imperial Aslan trade route, and it ruled it for about I think it ruled it for about 2,000 years, so a long time, hereditary monarchy. But all things end. And 200 years ago, the Kingdom of Drinax tried to impose a 20% tax on trade going through their system. And the Aslan didn't really take that too kindly, so they bombarded the planet from orbit. Drinax was once upon a time a garden world, but it was terraformed to be a garden world, big orbital solar arrays and solar shields. It's very, very close to a red dwarf star. So now it has a very turbulent climate, but that's because the stability created over 2,000 years has been largely destroyed. Today, it is a dead planet. Let me just show you. Where is our journal? Here we go. And let me just show you that one. Okay, so there's the planet today. Okay, today Drinax is a dead planet. The population of on the surface was pretty much exterminated by the Aslan. The once fertile grasslands are now deserts. The seas were boiled, and all that survives there now are blooms of algae. No one lives on Drinax anymore. They live above it. The royal palace of Drinax is where our session is going to open today. It's a 1.5 mile long pleasure palace. It's the wonder of the Trojan Reach. It's a flying city, an aerial pleasure dome of unsurpassed beauty and utter despair. When the Aslan destroyed the planet, nuked it, glassed it, chemical, biological warfare, everything that could be done, they just threw everything at it. The few thousand nobles and commoners living on the royal palace, they were spared, so that they could behold, so they could see what had happened to their beautiful world. The Aslan are not without a sense of humor, it seems. The Drinaxian society, they've managed to preserve much of their scientific knowledge, but they lack the resources and the manpower to do much with it. The royal palace itself is stuffed with thousands of years worth of scientific and artistic masterworks from dozens of worlds, 20,000 works of genius, and 10 times as many lesser works. The palace itself is a baroque beauty. You've got onyx floors studded with diamonds, priceless sculptures, poetry and artwork that goes back as far as Terra, thousands of years ago, bathrooms of shimmering silver, 100 ornamental gardens, palatial galleries, ballrooms. The palace is a crazy mix of endless hallways. Yes, it's home sweet home, baby. Yes, spiraling towers, and on the palace you've got the dragon throne itself. The throne is made from the fused fragments of the hull metal ships, the hull metal from ships defeated over the last 3,000 years. So like in Game of Thrones, basically, except they're fragments of hull metal, upon which our liege lord sits, King Oleb the 16th. He's fat as a gas giant these days, but he's got a head on his shoulders. He's actually done something fairly foolish, according to some, and brave, according to the others, foolhardy to some, in engaging the services of a group of privateers.
Brave and very clever.
Yes.
No image. If you are trying to show, does anyone see the image?
Can you see
The
that
king,
image?
no.
Ah, okay.
No, I have not seen King Oleb, nor have I seen his band of privateers, which I think we should all see.
What about now?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You see it now?
He's a bit Jason Momoa.
If he mixed with Brian Blessed.
Yeah, it's a mix with Brian Blessed.
Yeah, they're like interbred.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's my dream threesome.
Yes. Can you just see the? Is that just the one you can see there? You can sort of.
You've given us him, and you've given us a picture of a ship as well.
Yeah, we've got the Slovius yacht.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure how. That's because I fucked it up. It doesn't matter about the Slovius yacht yet. It won't be too relevant yet.
No, not until we steal it later.
So you'll do it later. Okay, so Celestinius, or shall I call you Viscount? How do you prefer to be called? How do you prefer to be addressed?
Oh, but you don't have to call me by my title all the time. Celestinius is fine. Celestinius, Lord Soon. Yeah, those are both fine.
Okay. So Celestinius, we're in the. Our scene is going to open in the office of your uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Who obviously occupies a fairly senior role within the palace administration, and he, do you want to tell him what you've discovered for the benefit of the group, or?
Yes. I will say.
Just doesn't have to be verbatim.
Too detailed. So, Uncle, I've discovered. What have I discovered? Hold on a second. I did write it all down.
I've discovered.
I've discovered nothing at all.
Ignore me, Uncle.
So the king is Celestinius' uncle, correct? King is Celestinius' uncle.
No,
it's not the king.
Someone else. Yeah.
Uncle, I have incredibly bad news. I've discovered a conspiracy that I don't know how high it reaches, but I'm concerned that the agency is infiltrated.
Okay, so you that's basically the crux of it. You tell him like the agency's been infiltrated by
Unknown.
Yes, with forces that probably are hostile potentially to the king or to the sort of to Drinax itself.
To the status quo, at least, yeah.
Yes, to the status quo. Your uncle is a man that you've never seen smile in your life. He's quite a harsh fellow, neatly clipped grey beard, and he sits back in his fantastically ornate chair, and he bridges his fingers, and if he has a stern look normally, it grows even more stern. This is truly terrifying and dangerous state of affairs, Kel. I'm very glad have you told anybody else of this yet?
I've told no one, but I fear that the conspiracy may be aware that I've uncovered the fringes of what's going on.
I think I'm glad you brought it to me first. This will take a lot of careful detective work and investigation to uproot. Do we know whether it is Drinaxians? Could it be off-worlders? Maybe even aliens?
It could be, but it definitely contains some members of the court. I don't think they could have got so far infiltrated so quickly if it was just an alien presence or an off-world presence. They must have somebody on the inside.
This is an existential threat to the palace itself and to our liege lord King Oleb. I fear this place. It could be very dangerous for you now. I fear you should depart this world. You should depart the royal palace and get away from here for a period of time until I can investigate the situation.
But how can I help, Uncle? I care for Drinax too. I don't want to be parceled off to off-world. Surely it can't be that dangerous.
I do have a little job that I think you could probably help. The king has assigned a group of privateers in charge of our last glorious commerce raider Harrier. I feel they could show you a little bit of the reach, maybe give you some experience out there, and when you've gained a little bit of experience under their tutelage, perhaps you could return and...
What can a man like me learn from a group of privateers?
Well, you... Very little, probably. But you might learn to fight, to drink.
That's true.
And to make some contacts out there in the Reach. We need someone to be working for Drinax's benefit, for Drinax's goals. We need one of our men. Do you think you can handle the task?
I think so. Why did the king give one of our best ships to a group of low-life privateers? Yeah. It seems absurd.
Can you make the fucking best?
Can you make an investigate roll, please, Kel?
I can. I don't know how. Investigate.
If you look on your skills, do you have investigate?
I do. Do I just click roll?
Yep.
Okay.
Can I ask Mr. GM if there is...
Oh, nailed it!
If there is a secret count of suspicious questions after which Celestinius is being killed by his uncle? Because this looks like Celestinius is asking questions and an uncle is like, you're about to die if you stop us.
That's such a Russian point of view, Andy. Where does that come from?
That's Mike's face, I swear. I'm looking at Mike's face and he's like, is he going to kill him now?
I don't know why you would think that. I don't know. I'm shocked that you would think that. I'm shocked. You just see for a moment, like, he doesn't really betray much, your uncle. Very, very, you did a good role actually there. He's very, very controlled, very, very contained man. But you just see a flicker across his face that looks like he's a little bit irritated. Could be irritated by your question, could be irritated by the situation, and it passes. Hard to say. Kel, I think this is a matter of crucial time. I think the best way to get off world quickly and to get to these privateers, I'm not quite sure where they are at the moment, but we can find that information because they send reports. Does your father still have that yacht?
Yes, he just hasn't used it recently, but yes, he still has the yacht.
He's a fat oaf. Is he still spending all his time lounging in that spa?
Yes. but relaxation is important, Uncle. You work too hard.
Well, I suggest you go and speak to him and see if you can get him to. You're not a pilot yourself, are you?
No, that's the work of the lower classes.
I suggest you beg. I suggest you go to him and beg or plead or borrow and cajole. You're like the fifth son, by the way, Kel. You're like the youngest. I suggest you beg, borrow, plead, or don't steal that yacht to see if he can get you to. And he just kind of like looks on his terminal and he's like, I think they're on the way to Aranasia from our data. See if you can get a lift to Aranasia and hook up with this crew.
I will get to Aranasia. Shall I report back to you if I discover anything about the conspiracy, or should I just...
Yes, keep me informed.
Okay. And these privateers, do you think we need any instruction?
You're a man of Drinax. You're a member of the Fifth House. I trust you to bring a sense of order and and civilization.
I'll whip them into shape.
Whip them into
Uncle.
shape. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Whip them into shape.
Fuck pathfinding. Let's go back to Traveller next week.
Shall we take you to your father?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna
Is
try and keep things moving quite quickly.
Is that my uncle's brother? That might sound like a stupid question,
yes,
but it
it's
could
your
be
uncle's brother. Yes, yeah, it's your uncle's brother. Yes. So your uncle is the older brother, and your father is the younger brother. Your father is viewed by many in the court, and you would know this, as being a bit of a kind of wastrel dilettante who never quite achieved or changed anything.
The apple
wealthy.
falls far from the tree.
He spends most of his time these days lounging in his spa. Should we go and see him?
Oh yes.
Okay, let's go and see him. And
Better not be naked.
And as you start to walk away, he says, "Oh, Kel, could be dangerous out there. I'll get 3 of our hawkmen to meet you at your father's house, and accompany you until you get off-world. They will see you safe to Anosea."
I think 3 is a bit of an overkill, Uncle, but thank you for your concern. I'm sure getting off-world won't be a problem.
I'm sure it won't be a problem for one of your resources.
See you when I get back, Uncle. I'll keep in touch.
See you. And you.
Ta-ta!
You say goodbye. No, you
Goodbye.
say goodbye.
No, you say goodbye.
Yes, goodbye, Cal. And you walk out the door. It's a funny way you said that, goodbye, Cal, isn't it? Okay. Let's take.
If
you
I was
to-
suspicious, like I'd,
We didn't have a picture of the uncle because the picture was too evil and it would have been obvious.
it was like Mr. Burns.
This is the spa of
Fucking
your
hell.
father, Lord Slovius. Now, his rooms are in the area adjacent to the palace, where most of the sort of higher aristocracy live, and he has a room that's kind of on the edge of the ship with a great big view over Drinax, and it's blasted, awful beauty. Looks truly horrific and yet beautiful. You've got these kind of purplish pink tinged clouds formed by the dust that sort of billows up from the landscape. I guess the climate is very sort of windy, lots of sort of winds. The planet alternates between 64 degrees centigrade on some of the deserts down to minus 111. So it's very, very volatile. It didn't used to be like that. The orbital shades and everything kept the climate controlled. They were destroyed by the Aslan, so it's gone back to sort of type now. Waiting for you outside are our 3 amigos. We've got Baron Yashkabina, Duke Iago, and Sir Luca Matza. Is there anything you want to say, gentlemen, about yourselves before you arrive? What's your thoughts maybe on this duty?
Briefly, Mike, we've got Baron, a Duke, and a Sir. As a sort of traditional society, who's the highest ranking among us between a Baron, a Duke, and a knight?
Obviously, sir.
No, you're busy scrabbling with the animals. I'm trying to work out whether me or Dan are.
As a member of the nobility, I can answer this.
Yes.
So Duke would be the highest rank.
Yeah, I thought that, but I didn't know if Drinaxian.
However, amongst the Hawkmen, your nobility title doesn't necessarily equal your military title. That makes sense. Your military rank.
Yeah.
So you could all be of the same rank in the Hawkmen troop, even though nobility-wise you are at slightly different.
I'm glad I asked the boy.
You know what? Thanks, Kel. Thanks, Phil.
That's all right.
Mike's flicking through a book going, I don't fucking know.
Well, I've lived here my whole life. I know how.
You know how it all works.
Yeah.
So Baron Yashkabina will stand back and he will observe the boy. He's done some work in the intelligence services, but he will say nothing, and he will defer to Iago, who he's known for a very long time. And although we may sort of rank the same, Iago is technically higher in the nobility, so Yash will step back and give him his due.
So we've met it. That's what we're saying. We've now met.
You're meeting him now. You stood outside.
Yeah,
You stood outside Lord Slovius's palatial rooms, about to go in. Keller's arrived. Is there anything
So Duke Iago, with possibly the most pigeon-chested of pigeon-chested walks, breaks rank from the three stood there and strides straight up to him and just introduces himself and flicks his hair because he sort of a bit. Anyway, he goes, "Duke Iago, at your service. How best do you like to be addressed?"
You may call me my lord.
Maybe that we can come to that. And then he'll look at him and he'll like square up. And now I wouldn't make it. How tall is your character, Phil?
You know, that's the one thing we didn't specify. Well, I think everyone with my breeding is quite tall. You know, they're not. So I would say sort of 6'2"-ish.
Okay, good.
I'm not physically not imposing. I'm not particularly good physically, but I would be tall and healthy because I've had the best food and the best training and the best education that money can buy. So
okay, so Iago kind of steps quite close and he's clearly looking you up and down, saying, "Quite a specimen as well." And he flicks his hair as well. He goes, "How tall are you?"
I'm 163 Imperial units.
Oh, okay. And everyone can see Iago is smaller than you, but he goes, 163, you say? I'm 165. Did you say that? No, what did you say? 180? Yeah, 165 myself, and everyone can clearly see that I'm a little bit shorter than you, but there's a little competitive, and he flicks back and goes, anyway, you'll certainly be in safe hands. Probably best if you refer to me as Duke Iago. Let's establish that right now. If you'd like to step this way, you can meet the other men. And then he'll just like spin on his heels, even though you're talking, and he just
his
walks
6-inch heels.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and he just walks away from you.
Don't forget, you've got these holographic wings.
Yeah, don't twat him in the face.
Well, they could tap you through the face, can't you?
Yeah, these holographic wings. Presumably they are just you can put your hand
show.
through them there.
Yeah, just for show.
Yeah, it's almost a little bit like, you know, when the women have the big hats at the races and they spin around and the peacock hits someone because they're just oblivious. He just spin on his heels, not waiting for an answer, and then just walks back and stands back in line with the other two.
Celestinius has dealt not with these specific Hawkmen before, but he knows what Hawkmen are. So he just sort of sighs, rolls his eyes internally, and says, "Okay, Duke, and what are your two names?"
Yeah, Saluka, is anything?
Let's start with Saluka.
Who? What shall I call you?
Well, you can call me Sir Luca. No, sorry. I will just say Luca. That's it. Nothing.
Okay.
No conversation. I speak as little as possible with this character.
Luca.
And Yash will sort of lean in, and he sort of looks like he's suppressing a bit of a grin, and he'll lean in almost conspiratorially, and he'll say, "You can call me Yash." And he does this completely over-the-top bow, "My lord," and then he'll sort of nod at the back of Iago. And in my head, like, Yash and Iago have sort of served together for a very long time, particularly if it's like a palatial guard position. So they know each other very, very well. I consider him sort of a very close friend. And he'll sort of lean to Celestinius, almost enjoying the fact that it looks like he's really not interested in making conversation or sort of connecting with the Hawkmen. And he'll say, "Don't mind my friend there. He gets taller every time I meet him."
I like you, Yash. I think we'll get along. Come on. And I sort of grab him by the armor and say, "Right, guys, we're going to go and impress my father with the importance of this mission. So form up around me and look big, Duke. Okay. Look as tall as you can." And then sort of I try and have them so they're behind me. So I'm sort of flanked by these golden trio. It's just this golden aura with these wings flying up, and then we sort of march in towards the spar.
Okay.
But as we march, Iago does that annoying thing of he kind of ducks between and then stands in front to lead in. So we're still protecting you. So he's still logical, but he and then they're walking to get you safely on the ship.
And Yash is quite deliberately sort of just hanging back a little bit, and his eyes are left and right. Just his peripheral vision
Scanning.
enhancement is going off. He's doing his scan,
doing his stuff. So you pass through a series of increasingly ostentatious rooms by a separate servant whose only function seems to be to open the next door, and with increasingly
Ignore Ross. He's our door.
Yes. Increasingly ridiculous kind of like artworks until finally you arrive at the great doors to your father's spa, and the door swings open wide, and there is your father wallowing in his ice pool. Now, some years ago, your father, who is of quite advanced age,
Are you laughing?
I just took a massive sip of beer.
I'm laughing because Rob literally took a drink the moment that popped up, and it was nearly a spray.
That was almost the biggest spit take I've done in RPG night.
And Luca intuitively, like he got used to like having a bag with small treats which he throws to animals. Luca intuitively reaches for the treats bag and then just kind of stops himself.
So a number of years ago, your father, much to the dismay of many people in the court, he was quite of an advanced age. Your father, no, you don't really know for sure, but he declared he was bored of the human experience, and he had his consciousness. He had transferred into a specially vat-grown brain that was then implanted into the body of a huge walrus.
Welcome to Drinax, baby.
Yes,
so good.
And he spends most of his time.
Some people say that the noble classes are indulgent and too much time on their hands, but I see no evidence of it.
I couldn't possibly comment.
He spends most of his time now wallowing in his ice pool, feasting on pelicans and various kind of fish that are kind of thrown to him. And as you go in, this ripple of water runs across the pool, and he's a great big mass rolls over, and he fixes you with these feet. It's like the room is freezing. By the way, the room is freezing. This hot steam blows out of his nostrils. Which one are you again?
I am your youngest son, father. I sort of bow down. He's still head of the family.
Abicus. Well,
no, I'm Celestinius, father.
Celestinius. Well, it's a real pleasure to see you again, Kel. What can I do for you? Would you like a pelican?
No, thanks. I've just had some herring.
Oh, great, lovely. What
I
can I
need to
do
borrow
for you?
your star yacht. It's quite urgent.
I think it's out of the question. I think I need it tomorrow. No, you know for a fact he hasn't used it in fucking decades.
Yeah.
He can't reach the pedals anymore.
Yeah. I'm sure you could spare it for a few days, father. Isn't this the beautiful? Don't you want to sit here and enjoy this next harvest of pelicans that's coming?
Nonsense. I have to go. To somewhere soon.
But I will say, father, and I sort of whisper, your brother thinks that I should take the star yacht.
Does he? Well, he's a fucking imbecile. That's why, isn't he?
Well, some would say that. I would never say that, father. I really think it would be best if you could lend it to me. I will bring it back. I will send it back in full of pelicans and herring and some balls that you can balance on your nose. And yes, I will send it full of alien fishy treats.
Ooh. What do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of this situation?
Were we, as sort of members of the Royal Guard, were we aware of his situation, or has this taken us by surprise?
I guess you've heard
The rumours persist, but we've never seen it.
You've never seen it. You've never seen it. You've heard, but obviously it's nonsense, isn't it? I mean, who would do that? Who would do that?
Iago just can't get over the smell.
Of
He's just like of fish in the like the smell of seafood fish. That is just like it's just like
yeah. I imagine horses smell quite strong.
Well, it's not a scent that's familiar to the people of Drinax because freshwater or even oceans aren't a thing.
Yeah, it doesn't smell of algal bloom.
It's not like a fish market that you go. It's
make an endurance roll, Iago, or you're going to be sick.
Puke in his pool.
So if I don't have endurance, do I do click on trained?
If you click on your
it's
characteristics...
endurance on there. Yeah.
Yes. You've not got that resistant to poisons augment, have you?
Oh no!
Okay, so that's a fail. So tell me what happens there.
So while this conversation is happening, and as soon as he walked in the room, he was horrified not by what he saw, but what he smelled. And he was just like, "This is the most alien and disgusting and disgraceful smell that he's just not used to. He comes from such an immaculate place that where on earth has he been brought to?" And he just makes like a little look around, and he just there's no way he's going to hold this in. So as this little conflab is going on, he just makes his way over to the corner as if he's looking to the view, and then he's just like,
and Yash will immediately sort of step forwards and look towards Kel's father and just say yeah. And he's trying to suppress this wry grin because he'd heard the rumors, but he didn't believe it, and they'd sort of joked about it, Hawkmen poker night, and he's like, yeah, this is great. He's not at all disgusted. He's done a little bit of work in the intelligence services. He's not come across anything like this, but he's seen some weird stuff amongst the nobility, and he'll say, "Excuse my friend, your Tuskiness. He had some bad herring." But not the kind that you could afford, I'm sure. But the Hawkmen, they don't give us good herring, and we never get a pelican. He'll recover himself. Your son is in safe hands with us.
So, Luca, what are you doing during this scene? You're reaching for the treats, aren't you?
I was intuitively reaching for the treats. Luca thinks, but he doesn't say, that you have better said that your uncle didn't want him to take the yacht. He would probably given it to you. It just looked like there is an opposite tension in those characters.
Interesting.
And he doesn't say.
It's a fascinating thing to storm in and go, "Uncle, I do not wish to borrow your yacht."
Father,
yeah, it's an interesting take, though. There is a tension between them.
Yeah. But one thing, Luca,
Celestinius.
He needs job done, and I take his order as my order. So I think if I know anything about this species which Highness has turned himself into, and maybe I would know a way to please the wireless to the point
Tickle
where
him under
he
the
would
chin.
Yes. So make an animal skill roll using education as a modifier.
Well, let's remember how it's done. Animals.
Yeah, on your character sheet, there should be it should automatically add your.
Oh, Luca!
Amazing. So it automatically added your augment there, didn't it? Added +1.
Did, yeah.
Amazing, yeah. Okay, so you basically you have heard of these creatures. You've never seen one, but you have heard of one. You have heard of one in your studies, and you know something about them. So what is it you know about them? Let's make something up.
I probably know that about five jumps away, there is a special fruit. Normally those animals eat pelicans or fish or whatnot, but there is a special fruit which is the most. It's almost like the Yggdrasil. Have you heard of Yggdrasil?
Yes.
It's almost like a Yggdrasil fruit to them, like something which most animals would probably enjoy a lot, and this species in particular. And Luca would only say one thing. I would come close to Celestinius and would say, "Sir, you obviously know it yourself, and I apologize for reminding you. You could offer to bring your father those Yggdrasil berries from, I can't remember the system.
Aranacea. They're on Aranacea.
From Aranacea. He couldn't decline that, sir. You obviously know that. And I'll stand back.
Yes, Father, did you not know the Yggdrasil berries from Acunicea? That's where I'm going. I could send back your yacht full to the brim of the berries, and you know that you've heard about them before.
Make a persuade roll, and you can have a boon.
I don't know what that means. That sounds good.
Yeah,
but
so
I don't
it basically means, so if you go onto your persuade skill,
Yep.
and if you click it, it will give you the option to roll with a boon. It'll say boon or bane.
Oh yeah, normal boon or bane normally in a drop-down menu.
Oh yes, type normal, type boon.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
A boon, it basically rolls 3d6,
And it keeps the best two.
It'll keep the best two, yeah. It's like rolling with advantage.
And so I should get the +1 for my skill augmentation as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have +1 skill anyway, so this should be +2 total.
Nice.
Oh my
There we
god. We're rolling rocks tonight.
Just
Apart
see.
from Iago's puke test.
While this is going on, you hear in the background. It's like dry heaving. There's no more coming up, but he's having a bit of a rough time at the back.
You just see his eyes light up, and he's like, don't really know what sound walruses make. I imagine it's kind of like that.
A sentient walrus, I think you've nailed it.
And he said, well, definitely, in that case, yes, you should go immediately. You're going to, yes, of course, you can borrow it, return it at your convenience. You'll need to meet the pilot.
Sure. Where is he, Father?
Normally hangs out, give me the name of a cafe, Cal.
The Royal View. It's another one of these things that overlooks the
Near the palace.
it's on the edge.
Yes. Yeah. You'll have to go and meet Divim Tavar. He's the Lord of the Dragon Caves. He's self-titled Lord of the Dragon Caves. He likes to hang around there at this time of day, in between using the ship, in between piloting me on my various diplomatic missions. You know for a fact your fucking father never has any diplomatic missions. So he's the pilot. And this time of day, he always likes to go for croissants at this cafe.
Of course.
All right. Thank you, Father. I'll see you when we get back. Enjoy your swim.
Thank you. See you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And he gets your name wrong again as you leave.
As we're on our way out, Yash will just sort of turn and say, yeah, worry not, your Tuscaners. The little lord is safe with us.
And as we walk away, Luca will almost accidentally drop, he will pull a treat and drop it, and as he walks 5 more meters, he will turn back just in case to see if Warless will go for the treat.
Yeah, he goes for it, and walruses are fucking massive and fucking fast, and this thing just kind of leaps, almost like half leaps, like a humpback whale breaching the surface. It leaps out and it comes crashing towards you. And you have to make an athletics roll to see if you do that with skill. Make an athletics dex roll to see if you do that with style or shit.
Wow.
Oh, you won't. Yeah, you just about managed. Yeah, you just about managed to avoid getting your feet wet by the splash of water.
Wow.
Now, when I was looking for images for walruses, I was doing it last night in bed, and I was doing it again. I was doing it in the afternoon, and then I was doing it last night, and Laura saw me both times, and she was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Having a wonk?
I was like, nothing. And she's like, "Why do I keep seeing you looking at walruses?" And I was like, "Well, why not?"
Yeah. What do you look at in bed?
It's a hell of a fetish, that.
New fetish unlocked, yeah.
I just went, in the end I just went, "Oh, it's a game thing," and she just went,
That is a great excuse for anything you get caught doing. Oh, it's for RPG night.
It's for a game thing. Let's take you to the Royal. What was it called? The Royal View.
Royal View. Yeah.
The Royal View.
Yeah,
Cafe.
good croissants I hear.
Nice.
Okay, so here we are, the Royal View Cafe. It's morning time, and at this time of day, it's a bustling place. It doesn't look bustling there, but trust me, it is. And it's full of people having coffee and reading the newspapers or holographic kind of newspapers, whatever the sort of thing is. And everyone is kind of like exchange stuff. It's a hot place for gossip, is what it is.
I know it quite well, actually.
Yeah. You know it quite well. Do you come here often?
Not often, but I usually go to places that serve a bit stronger, stronger booze, stronger drinks. Yeah. But I have been here before, yeah.
Yes.
To recover in the morning after a heavy night of drinking.
Nice. Bloody Marys are good.
Yeah.
So, Mike, quick question. Are we aware as to sort of the particulars of why we've been tasked to protect Viscount Celestinius? Right. Yes. So it's not just it's a security for a lord. Are we aware of the conspiracy? Or are we just?
Yeah, you're aware of the conspiracy,
right?
Vaguely.
Not the specifics, but
yes, he's uncovered something within the security services that is a threat to either the king or to the palace. We don't quite know how high this goes up. He's been told to act totally normally and not do anything to draw attention to himself or act out of character.
Yeah. Okay. But it's not a jolly for us. We're aware that it's a sort of a serious mission.
Yes, yeah, and you're to see him off planet, you're to escort him to Aranacea, leave him there, and go back, and then at some point maybe go back and pick him up. But basically, get him there safe and sound. Once he's off the ship on Aranacea, he's no longer your responsibility.
Yeah,
you can sort of come back.
So Yash's intention as we get here, and it will depend on how people are, but his intention is, he's quite a jovial, sort of confident fella, but his speciality is very much sort of observation, recon, intelligence services, and his intention is once we enter this place to almost sort of stand back, make himself a little bit unobtrusive, and just watch the crowd.
Sit back a little bit.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you?
I think we'd maybe all slightly follow suit. I think almost like find positions within the place to. Our presence is known, but also we know.
Yeah,
I think where the areas to cover.
If 3 Hawkmen walk into a cafe, that is unusual, right?
Yeah.
If all they look like they're guarding
me,
that's unusual behaviour. So maybe we say as we approach, I think it would be best if you stand at the perimeter, don't look too obvious, and I'll pick up the pilot.
So I would agree. I would agree, little lord.
There shouldn't be any trouble in this cafe.
Yep. It's not the kind of place you're ever going to see. People are far too sophisticated. The real danger here is not threats to life and limb. It's to society.
Yeah, the real weapons here are the voice.
The tongue cuts deeper than any monoblade here.
Also, the soup. I hear the soup is shit.
Yes. You know who you're looking for. Our target, our pilot, is our target, Divim Tavar. He's just over there by the sort of on one of those stools.
It's Bowie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's got this kind of shocking quiff. He or she, no one really knows. She. He's got this kind of shocking quiff, red quiff with a kind of star tattoo on his forehead. Some say it's like an augment or something like that. No one really knows for sure. And he's sort of sat with a group of other kind of pilots. Talking space stuff, probably.
Sure.
Like they tend to sort of sit all together. Let's just kind of put him a little bit sort of further away. Actually, he's kind of over there somewhere. We'll call him a he, but like we say,
sure,
don't really know for sure. Very, very thin. Very, very thin. Very, very pale.
Just in case there is no image, Mike, I don't know if you're showing image or
do you want to see? Yes.
You normally describe people and show image, and
there you go.
Now I see where he/she question is coming from.
Yes. Loads of medals. on her chest. Fantastic epaulets, fantastic shoulder pads.
They are epic.
Epic, yes. So he's kind of like, we'll call him a he, Divin Tavar, Lord of the Dragon Caves. Basically, the Dragon Caves are just some kind of like hangar bays on the ship. His title is probably historic. He's no longer kind of captain or anything. His job basically is to ferry Slovius around, and he's not probably done that job for a number of years.
But it's because the family's got so much money that he's like on retainer, right? They just keep paying him, so he spends all his time loafing about.
And Lord of the Dragon Caves is better than Walrus Chauffeur.
What do you want to do here, Kel? You guys are just kind of wrecking the situation. I'll tell you what. Why don't you guys, who are sort of sitting back, who said you were going to wreck the situation, which was definitely Yash, make a recon roll, please?
That I hopefully can do. Recon. What characteristic would you like, Mike?
Education or social?
Okay. That's an effective 5, my friend.
Nice. Okay. So
that's my augments doing their business.
There's quite a number of high-class people here this morning. It's probably late morning, actually. Let's call it kind of late morning, like 11:30, something like that. Yes. So, Yash, you and definitely know. Iago, you know. Luca, you probably would. Maybe sort of.
I know their pets, not themselves.
You know their
Yes.
pets.
Too busy trying to work out whether after we left and the Lord ate the treat, whether he went back and ate Iago sick as well.
Yeah, probably did. What do you want to do? What do you want to do here, Kel?
I want to walk straight up to where the pilot is sitting.
Okay, so you walk over. I'll bring you sort of adjacent. I don't need to really press. I don't need to unpause it because you're not going to get into combat. Probably not. Or are we?
Well, we could change that. I could throw a glass at someone if you're bored.
As you're walking over, you sort of get like you're a couple of meters away, and he sort of Davin sort of turns to kind of glance at you, and there's just this moment where there's this moment of recognition, and then you just feel a hand tap you on your shoulder.
Who is it?
You turn around. It's none other than the Lady Aquilia. Now, can you see her?
Of course it is.
We can. She's very blue.
Yes. Now,
Dabba dee dabba die.
you know her very well.
Sure.
Wow wow.
I was going to say in the biblical sense.
She is one of your many lovers.
Okay.
Okay. In terms of social rank, she ranks as highly as you. She's gorgeous. She's delicate. She is intelligent, connected.
Yeah.
She knows anyone who's everyone. She knows all about everyone. And she is famous for being a manipulator.
Okay. What was her name again?
Lady Aquilia. Acuila. Aquila.
Aquilia.
The Lady Aquila.
Okay.
Rather.
Thank you.
She's with a kind of posse of foppish rakes.
Sorry, was that word posse?
Yeah.
Just checking.
She's with a.
You can see her posse.
She's with a posse of foppish rakes. We have Baron Dian.
Balland.
We have
Taller than him.
Yeah.
Duke.
Yes, they are.
Fabianus.
Oh my god.
Duke
And
Amos.
broader than him.
And we have the Lady Mary.
My god, look at the neck on her.
Yes, with an unseasonably long and delicate neck. And they are going to bring their tokens on so you can sort of remember them. So we've got the Lady Aquila.
And in case we need to
here.
roll initiative.
Yeah.
For a gangbang party.
they're sort of lined up behind her, you know, just like if you hover an icon over them, can you identify their names? Yes. Okay, great.
I can't.
I can, yeah. The names pop up when I hover over them.
Where do they pop up?
If you hover over their token on the screen.
No, but I might not have the right thing
Ah.
selected.
Because when I hover over any token in the scene, it gives me the name.
You don't.
So with my
Oh, it does. I need to put on. I was on journal notes. I go to token control.
sorry, yes, token control. With my recon with an effect of 5, Yash immediately spots this, and he doesn't want to do anything to embarrass the Viscount or sort of put himself in the scene. No, I'm okay, thank you, love. And would it be normal for us to have our holographic wings on, or at this point would we perhaps have them off for the sake of anonymity?
Well, you're not going to be anonymous because you're in ceremonial.
This is true,
armor. But you probably wouldn't have the wings flapping around.
I was going to say,
what
what stands out more in this social situation? A Hawkman who has his wings on in full, sitting having a coffee, or a Hawkman with his wings turned off?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think the wings on it's a peripheral vision distraction, and I want to look almost off duty. So Yash is going to have the wings off. And he's just going to sort of slowly move, not to interpose himself between anyone, but perhaps to be round in the vicinity of this side of the bar.
Move yourself over then. Move yourself where you want to be.
It's not that he doesn't trust young high nobility because he's aware of some of their propensities, but he's been tasked with protecting this guy, and so he's just going to put himself in a position where he could react quickly if the situation was necessary and do nothing else.
What about let's go to Luca. What about Luca?
So Luca will make his wings much smaller, so it's just some small wing popping out, almost like it's called in this building. So and
wings just droop at the end a bit.
Yeah, it's just it's not the wing size. Now I will just silently follow Yash and be next to him. I would be assuming that Yash knows more about how to act in those situations where humans are involved, because I know the animal thing only. So
Yes.
I'll just follow Yash.
Okay. And what about Iago?
Unmute. I'll circle the other way. So like in the room itself, like in the diagram, going this way. So therefore, token sort of. Does that make sense? We do it up there, or
round the back of them.
But it's round the. It's like
behind them.
Yeah, round the periphery behind.
Kind of parallel the opposite side.
Yeah.
Yes, just ready to flank them if necessary. Can I just say, Dan, I like that background that you've got there. What's that from? Okay, comic.
Some classic. It's classic Traveller, yeah.
Is it? Yeah, it's classic Traveller, isn't it? Yeah, it's a mercenary cruiser. Amazing. Yeah. You might hear some dog howling now as they.
Is that because Laura's caught you looking at walruses again?
I can't believe
she assumed you loved them that much. She bought you one.
She's subscribed me to Walrus Weekly.
He's busy eating all of your pelicans.
Different walrus comes each month.
Yeah, with negligee.
No.
Pelicanhub.com.
Yes. The Lady Aquilia is kind of like tapped you on the shoulder. You've turned around to kind of see her, and she's a Viscount. It's been absolutely ages, darling. Where have you been up to?
Oh, you know how life is, Aquilia. If you're not drinking one night, partying the other night. I'm sorry I haven't seen you in a while. I see you're with Anus and Diane again. So I don't have the name of the lady on my.
Fabianus Joabi.
That's the name of the guy in the middle.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, they're both called that.
Oh, I've got the. Let me just change her.
So obviously she's one of my coterie of ladies. Do I know the other? Yeah. I'm assuming I know these other guys, right?
I've got her name. What's 1 second, Lady Mary? Yamoli. Yes. That should be correct on her.
Yeah,
now.
It is now.
Yes.
Sorry.
You kind of. Well, let's have a look. Do you know them? Do you know them well?
I think I do, but they look a bit younger than me, so they're probably like the next generation of nobility,
Yes,
like where I was
upcoming.
sort of 10 years ago, and all they do is sit in cafes and drink coffee and insult people and ponce about, which is what I used to do. So I know where they're coming from, but I've kind of grown out of it a bit. And although she's one of my bits on the side, her sort of day-to-day companions, I don't really have much time for.
Yes. Okay. So she sort of links your arm, and she sort of moves along, sort of side you here, just a little bit away from her sort of companions, and she says, "Viscount, you it's been such a long time. I absolutely insist that you come to a party this afternoon.
That
In
sounds
fact,
fantastic.
I absolutely insist that you come to this party right now."
Well, that's very kind of you. Where is it?
It's just a few doors away. It's just a few buildings away. Let me just check. The Marquess Elisa, the Marquess Ailsa, rather, is having one of her small soirees. You know the type.
Oh, of course I do. I'd be happy to come, but I just need to talk to my father's pilot. Then I'll come right over.
Don't go too far, darling.
No, I'm just talking to the pilot. He's right over there on this table.
Okay. So she goes off to sort of rejoin her little sort of group there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and you can now turn to the pilot.
Okay. Dive in, and I dive in. Did he see me as I came in? Like he recognised?
Yes, yeah, he
me?
sort of glanced at you. Yeah, he looks a
Well,
bit
I'll-
kind of looks not particularly friendly.
I sort of
Oh shit! Job.
I sort of lean over because he's talking to his mates, right? His pilot mates. Says, "Dive in. Got a job for you immediately. Finish your drink and come with me."
And he does look a bit like, when you've been not done anything for weeks, and you suddenly get a bit of work to do, and you just get this. Like the less you do, the less you want to do.
Fuck's sake!
Yeah,
And he's been paid to do no work for weeks, but now he's actually got to do some work.
He's been paid to do no work for years, and suddenly he's like totally affronted. And actually, so what is it you're going to ask him?
I'm gonna say we've got a job for you. Dive in. I need you to fly my father's shuttle immediately. Get over there. Get over to the docking bay and get her prepped.
And he has this pained look on his face, and he just kind of crumples a little bit, as if like what you've asked him to do is just kind of assault an enemy planet single-handedly. He's like, his eyes kind of roll. Let's see how quickly he's going to do this.
Okay.
So make a persuade roll.
Okay.
You can use your social class. You can use your social skill as a modifier here.
Okay, so that is
We'll see how quickly.
characteristic modifier social.
Yeah, we'll see how quickly he's going to jump to attention here.
All right.
Oh, it's a good one.
Oh.
Yeah, he sort of finishes his coffee, and I've just ordered this. Very well, my lord. I shall see to it. I shall see to it immediately.
Very good.
He doesn't move. He is going to move. He is going to move. It's just not going to be quite yet. The Lady Aquila is like Viscount, and the party starts soon.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay. Give me a women.
Viscount. Sorry, my wife is telling me it's not Viscount. That's a biscuit. It's Viscount.
All right.
Named after a biscuit, it's fine. At this point, can Yash step forward towards the lady?
Yes, of course.
And he will ignite his wings, not in a big flip, but they're gonna pop out, boom, and draw her attention to him, and he'll just step out and say, "My lady, I would hate to interrupt your celebrations, but the Viscount here is helping us with a most urgent matter of security. A man of his accomplishments in life, we need him for a very urgent matter. He will be available in the most immediate time to join your party, but for now, unfortunately, we have need of him with the palace security."
Hold on, Yash. I'm sure we have time for a drink at a party, don't we?
Yash is going to sort of look back at him, and Yash is almost going to look pleadingly now at Iago, because his thought is, well, we probably do.
So you're gonna have to make a persuade roll, Yash.
Okay. I don't think that's on my character sheet. I believe I'm doing that untrained.
Okay.
Okay. Let's
Can
rock.
Because I see this. Can Iago step up next to and almost? There's two sides to Iago. He does things correctly, right? There's logic, always logic to what he's doing, but there's also a little bit of bravado, one up to it. And so he's seeing I should step up and do that. The wings, almost like to support this persuasion thing as well. I'd like to step up next to, and it's with the chest puffed out though, and his wings come out as well, almost to show there's not just one, there's a united front here.
But his wings 1 centimeter
slightly,
Yes.
Slightly more splayed. And the chest.
They're about 20 feet tall to make him look slightly bigger.
Okay. So let's use your. So have you got persuade?
Yes, I think I took persuade.
Oh, thank God for that.
No, I took deception.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't have persuade either.
So
Sorry.
one of you roll persuade.
I have Jack of all trades at 0. Can I roll that?
No.
Okay. All right, I'll roll persuade. Is there any modifier based
Yes,
on?
you can use social.
Okay. And anything for Dan's intervention?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
One of you can roll. I'll tell you what. One of you can roll. Choose who's going to roll.
Oh, okay. What's your social, Dan?
well, you made. I almost came up to support what you're saying. So you said what you're saying. So you are the one persuading. I just thought I'd try and bring my
Dignity.
dashing looks and
Right, so
And
it's
sheer
my fault. I
physical
get it.
the physical prowess to the whole event is what I
Okay.
thought.
A good roll.
Here we
Again,
go.
slightly smaller than you.
You know what? Iago. Next time you make a roll, you can have a boon.
Excellent.
For good role playing. Actually, you can have a boon at any time. You've got one boon in the bank. Use it when you
Okay.
want.
And that boon is going to be on the digging me out of the hole I'm about to roll us into. Here we go.
Oh.
Effect of 0, my friend.
Okay, yeah. So she sees that you have obviously you've got the seal of the crown and the royal seal, and you are on official business. And she just looks
The
absolutely
walrus of the crown, but yes,
the walrus of the crown, yeah.
it's not a seal.
Hell, she just looks absolutely crestfallen, and she sighs and she said, "Oh, I can't believe after not seeing you for several weeks that you would desert me and you would not come to this party. People will talk, Kel."
My lady, I will deal with this minor matter as soon as possible, and I will come to the party as quickly as I can. Trust me, it's not a big deal. These idiots will not keep me from you for long.
No, we won't.
Are you going to insist on not going to the party? So you know for a fact, it's fine if you don't want to go to the party, but you know for a fact that word will get out.
You know for a fact the GM has made a map for it, and therefore you're ruining his night.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I've got.
Um,
It's okay. I mean, you don't have to go, but there
Well,
will be
dive
social
in-
consequences. If
the
you
right,
don't
there will.
go.
I want to go to the party.
But you might survive quicker if you don't.
Dive in isn't moving quickly. Right, so I go, hold on, my lady, and I sort of lean back over dive in again. I say, look, how long is it going to take before the ship is ready to fly?
A few hours to fuel
Okay.
and prep. Pre-flight checks.
And
Fuel.
I don't understand the ships. I know
Yeah.
these things are true. I know it takes a few hours sometimes. I understand he might have not refueled the ship, and he might, because it hasn't been used, it might be covered in dust, and he might have to recharge fuel cells or
Batteries.
something. So exactly. So I'm like, fine, we'll meet you there in 4 hours' time. Do not be late, or we'll hire a new pilot, and you'll never work in this palace again.
Oh, in your face, Bowie.
Could
Okay.
Luca, just before Celestinius sort of decides finally to go to the party, come closer and say so that Luca and Mr. Pilot, I guess, hear me and say, Min Lord. I kind of overheard that he wanted to be called My Lord, so I called him Min Lord. I thought maybe that's a thing which he likes. I would be saying, Min Lord, as with berries, you obviously know yourself that chips of that size can be prepared within half an hour maximum. And I will sort of pitch him basically this way, the idea to
get things
sure
faster.
that this pilot hears us to speed up the process. As my duty is to make sure
Make
it
a
doesn't
persuade
get
roll then, Luca. Make a persuade roll.
Well, good thing I have persuade, right?
Let's see.
Do you have persuade?
Can I have modifier or not?
So use social or intellect or education.
Social.
Actually, probably a social or education. I think we'll probably use.
Turns out Luca knows nothing about starships.
Yeah, you don't really know enough to say for sure how long it would take, but he recognizes.
It was a bluff a little bit. To be honest, it was a bluff. I just don't want Celestinius to go to the party without saying this directly and sort of.
I want to go to the party.
So does Yash.
Yes.
It's my fucking job to take care of you. I thought. I didn't say that.
He recognizes your military background and obviously sees you for who you are. You know, you're obviously on a mission here, and he's like, "I'm afraid, sir. I'm afraid, my lord, Luca, that the ship takes as long as it takes to get refueled." And he finishes his coffee, and he says, "I'll get onto it right away, but it will take 6 hours."
Oh, 6 all of a sudden.
All right. Well, we'll see you then. We'll see you at the party.
Two.
Yeah. He's tripled it because Luca fucked up his roll.
As he walked out, he said, "See you in 12 hours."
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
A couple of weeks, Luca.
You don't have to go to the party. I don't want to railroad you. You could stay here in the cafe.
I'm happy. This is what I would like to do. I go over to the lady and I say, "My lady, I'm all yours for the next few hours."
And we are duty bound to follow Celestinius and keep him safe. So, we're not going to countermand the Lord.
Great.
Well, I'm not.
Claps her hands with delight and links you and says, "Let's go. And let's take you to our party."
What's the body language of her group when they see that he accepts to go to the party?
Make an investigate roll, I would think, Duke.
Investigate? I don't have that. So is that just untrained?
Oh, I wish I'd said I've got to investigate.
I thought someone did.
I took it especially, but I was too busy going, "Yes, we're going to the party."
It would. I guess you're observing the nobility, so it'd be social.
No. Okay.
I mean, they just look bored.
Yeah. Okay.
Not another party to go to.
Bored kids.
They just look bored. Yeah.
Time for a drink, and then we'll get on the ship. Big deal.
Do you want to go to this party, or do you want to do anything you want to do beforehand? It's just down the road. It's not far. Do any of you know anything about the ladies' parties?
I'm assuming Celestinius knows.
Yeah, I probably know. But again, it's probably something that I would have been a part of much more in my youth. But if I've got a few hours to kill, I'm always up for a relaxation, hanging out with the cream of the crop.
As a member...
Sorry, go down. Yeah,
I was just going to say, she's linked arms, and they're about to walk, Iago would like to just... you can like stop someone walking, like, but in a night, just one moment, without it like looking like you're wrenching it away, but anything. I'm just going to say, do you think this is wise? So, like, trying to keep it subtle, though, because is this wise, with the current situation and why we're getting the ship?
Why? Where would you have us go for the next few hours while the ship's being prepped?
We can certainly find somewhere more suitable than a socialite party where everyone knows you.
Are you saying you can't guard me in a party full of drugs?
He flicks his hair and he goes, "I can guard you literally anywhere."
I thought so.
Apart from a walrus's chamber where I will be being sick.
However,
I thought so. No,
however, my military training has guided me to its best to guard where you can select to guard. And he goes a little serious now, like he's like stepping up, like.
You'll guard me wherever I am. I'm going to this party. You know your job.
Oh man,
You will do your job.
Great.
Kel
This
is
getting a feel for
awesome.
Kel's character here, aren't we?
Yep.
Should we just take? Go on. Sorry.
Well, I was
Yash,
going to
go
say,
for it.
Yash, as a sort of a member of the intelligence services, I've got investigate. Can I investigate to see if I know anything of these parties, just in terms of
Yes.
not potential threats, just what they have a
Anything,
reputation
yes.
for being like?
Yes, you can make investigate social role. See if you know anything about this person.
It's a -1.
You've heard of her, of the Marquess. Is it how you say it? Marquis. Don't know. It's a female
Marquis.
version of the
Marquis.
Yeah, the Marquis. Yep.
Yes. You've heard about her, but you don't really know anything about her other than
It's not like I've ever been invited.
No, it would be definitely not something a military man would go to.
Yeah. I mean, Yash is here to do his job, but he's keen. He's not uninterested to see what goes on inside these things.
Parties, yeah. You would have been to parties yourself. Should we just take 5-minute break, guys?
Good call. I could do the P.
Yeah, have a 5-minute break. I just want to add a bit of audio that I'd forgotten to add in.
I just need to find 6 more walrus pictures. I'll be right back.
yeah. It's been 20 minutes since I've seen a walrus.
Catch you in 5.
See you in a bit.
See you in a few minutes. I just want to try and find I wonder where
Warless was amazing, Mike.
You like that?
Amazing. Yes, it was amazing.
I just have to try and find some. Let me just turn it off. I'm just going to put Laura's cup of tea on. Give me 1 second, mate.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I just want to add on a bit of audio that I do. Should have done this before, but I didn't. Here we go. Nice. Okay. Let's find our I put some audio on, but I don't know if you can hear it okay there, Phil. Does it even come on? Wonder why that sort of seems very quiet.
I can't hear it, but I've got a separate headphone for my PC than for my laptop, which is where Zoom is. I'm just checking the headphones work. It's got noise there, so I can't hear anything.
Yeah, I can't seem to. Let me just refresh my screen. Might just be uploading.
I can see it's supposed to be playing. It's like it's a track playing in the sounds thing, but I can't hear anything.
I'm just going to refresh my screen. It might just be.
All right.
Let's see if it does it now. There was an audio track I wanted to use. It just seems super quiet.
Can you hear anything at all? I can't on it.
I can make it louder. Can you make
No,
it
it's all right.
louder?
Yeah, I've
Music.
got a little bit of I've got like a playlist track there, but
I can hear club kind of music, right?
yeah, kind of club kind of music.
You know, it seems young generation has it. How do you say it? Young generation has it easier. I just remember my first session when I was from Shagging Central, and Rob was saving my ass from such like dangerous situations, and now we save. And now we save Phil's ass from going to the party. What the-
Yeah, but we weren't role playing, Andy. That's just how we met.
Exactly how we met. Yeah. Yeah, it was. It's a different kind of lifestyle, isn't it? It's like the 1%, baby.
Yeah.
I cannot
That's what-
wait.
That's what we kept saying during the character creation, wasn't it? It was just like I was the 1%, just getting everything handed to me. It's great.
And how Celestinius crashes headlong into our group is going to be the most amazing culture shock. Like it was bad for Raytar. You know, he struggled to adapt a little bit, but he found his niche. I can't wait for the full sesh.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Hopefully, it'll be good. I think it'll be good fun when they sort of like when he comes to the group. Okay, so I've taken you to this party. Can you see that? Can you see that image?
Yep.
Okay,
It's nice.
It's not a particularly massive. It's about the size of a kind of small kind of pub. It's a few rooms. It's not like a ball. It's more like a sort of a house party. There's a number of kind of like cushions, kind of, lounges, sofas, chaise lounges. The very air has a kind of a thick, smoky atmosphere, very sweet smelling, drug laden perfumes. The room is full of people. There's probably about, maybe not full of people. Sorry, there's can you hear that washing machine that's going next to me? You're okay, right? Okay, well, that's good.
You're really going overboard with the sound effects, Mike.
No, I didn't mean. Like,
There's a washing machine in the corner.
There's a washing
Yeah,
machine.
all the kids are into washing machines.
It's just a bit. It won't take a second. But there's about probably 25, 30 people in there lounging. It's quite not like a. It's not. No one's dancing or anything. There's this kind of throbbing kind of music going on, and people are smoking and drinking. There's these like drug bowls, which is like a bowl where you sort of just breathe it in. Of these kind of vapors, and people are lounging. There's women in very, very light clothing, very sort of minimal clothing, and there's this kind of collection of bored-looking youths with ever increasingly coiffured hair and fantastically elaborate clothing. This is a place that you know well, Kel. This is the kind of place you've spent many, many hours, many happy hours, if you can remember the details.
Yep.
And over there in the sort of corner was your lady, the lady Aquila, one-time lover. You know her very well. She's not your only lover. You have many lovers.
Of course.
And the path, you're just socializing, you're talking, you're drinking. We'll just kind of like fast forward that scene a little bit, and then suddenly.
What are these three chumps doing? Are they sort of hanging around? Are they getting involved?
Yeah,
or
what are
they
you
just...
three chumps doing? Tell me what you three chumps are doing.
Yash's jump is doing what he does best, which is he's going to lounge on one of these sofa-y things, try and keep his head free of any nearby drug bowls, and just scan the room. But he's going to do it with a contented grin on his face that comes easily to him, and just look like he's enjoying himself. He's been given the opportunity for a night off, but what he's actually doing is just scanning everybody in the room because he is not comfortable with this, both from a social point of view and from a threat point of view.
What about yourself, Rago?
Yeah. Sorry, I just want to move. So, whereabouts are you, Rob? Where have you? I just thought that I'd be stood sort of more over this side, like full view is where we
Chatting
stood.
to someone.
Not chatting to anyone.
Just
Stood over there, and standing with, and I hope this works as a sketch. Does this? Oh, it won't let me draw. He stood with his. You see the arch of the window. You know, like some people would stand with their foot on a stool, like up.
So like
Captain Morgan. He stood, but his foot is on the archway. So again, there's a logic to it because he would be prone and be able to move quickly, but also there's a bravado to what he's doing and making sure that he is the big man stood there, just observing the room.
Just observing.
Can't help himself then.
Yash is going to lounge here and look really relaxed, like he's just enjoying the fact that he's got to come to this bash, and deliberately across from Celestinius, but not too close, not like he's bodyguarding him, but he's in view. Yash knows he has, he's got his peripheral enhancement, he's got quite high initiative, so he can react quite quickly to things. So he's going to be very relaxed, lounging back, but ready to just spring directly. His focus, he's scanning the room, but his focus is very much on the Viscount.
Okay, and what about you, Luca?
Well, if Luca has weaknesses, it's primarily women. But, he's a...
And animals.
Bitches of all
And
kinds.
female animals.
Same thing, to some extent.
He's in the corner feeding them treats.
It's not going on YouTube. Anyway, so... I will not know how to act in this social environment. And again, even though probably I wish I could just go and chat to some beautiful, mildly clothed girls, I'll just silently sit next to Yash. And
Mildly
maybe-
clothed.
And I will look hungry for reasons. And my wings will be, like bigger than usual.
So Luca is horny in the corner.
I like how Luca was obviously assigned to this group because of the walrus, right? Because of my father.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, we'll have to send the animal expert. But
Yes.
he's useless in every other situation. He's normally just assigned to like the dog or whatever it is. But
So Iago's a secret gambler. Hopefully no one's gambling. Luca's horny and on the prowl, and I just want to go to a party. You're stuffed. You're never going to make it to the campaign.
Suddenly, the Lady Aqualia claps her hands, and one of the servants, someone, brings this huge bowl of a liquid with a kind of nitrogenish kind of vapor rising above it. And she sort of leans over it, holding her sort of veil over the top. She breathes very deeply. She leans back, and her eyes are just like a glaze. It looks like a very strong drug bowl. Do you partake, gentlemen?
So
well, I'm assuming she offers it to me first.
yeah,
but-
sure enough to us.
Well,
And yet-
it's for everyone.
Oh.
Yash is going to and this depends. I think Kel probably gets to react first in this situation, but Yash's intention is to not move, not look anything other than just completely relaxed, but just almost sort of growl under his breath and just say, "I wouldn't, my lord. We have a busy day."
He looks at you expectantly.
I'm
Hell, I ordered this. Oh, I forgot to introduce the lady. I forgot to introduce the Marquis, didn't I?
Alicia. Or
You
is it
did,
Alicia?
Yes. Let me introduce the lady Alyssa.
Oh my god.
There she is.
Well, you should have said. Right, okay, so my weakness is goths, and I don't care.
It's that plum jacket that you mentioned
Yeah.
the week ago.
Yeah. That
Yes.
works well, doesn't it?
Yes, the Lady Elisa is well known for hosting the most extravagant, decadent parties, and this drug bowl is known for its potency.
Do we know what the drug does? Does it inhibit you? Does it
It's going
reduce
to
your?
release, It's going to release all your inhibitions, Kel.
I don't want to do that, so I'm going to.
Luca might shag him.
I know, I'm
Just make
trying.
everything burn a little bit brighter.
I'm trying to act normal and enjoy myself, but I know that if I take this, the night might go on for like 3 days, and I won't get on the ship. And I know that is important. And I do want to do that, but I wanted to fill the time before we got on the ship.
If you don't inhale,
Well, I'd like to pretend to inhale, by
Tend to inhale.
putting it over my head and blowing out of my mouth so the vapor moves.
Okay.
So it looks like I'm doing it, but I don't want to do it.
You're going to have to make a stealth roll.
Okay.
The stealth
see-
drug taking roll,
Yeah.
which has
Yeah.
occurred in no
To
other
see-
RPG
to
ever.
See, I know. To see how you pull that off.
Not deception, it's stealth, right?
I think it's going to be deception or stealth. I'll call, yeah, we could call it
Because
a
I'm
deception
more
roll.
skilled in deception. I was hoping it was deception.
I'll let you have it as a deception roll.
Because I'm trying to
pull it.
pretend everyone else
Yeah.
that I took a big hit, and I'm like, whoa.
Yes. Yeah, but you're going to have to make a dexterity because it's got to be
Yeah.
a physical. It's going to be a
So it's-
physical thing.
Deception with a
With a dex-
dexterity. My dexterity is 0, so do I just not add it, or
It'll just automatically. Yeah, you
Yeah.
just don't have to add it.
I'll just do this. It's good practice for me. Okay, here we go.
Ooh.
Nice! Experienced non-drug taker.
Yeah, you pull it off. And how do you pull that off? What do you?
Well, so
know that's
obviously they have the big bowl, but they have the cloth.
like
that
a
you,
cloth.
yeah, so that you get. So I do that, but I don't actually breathe in. I sort of breathe out, so the vapors sort of move and come out the edges of the cloth. And I've done it before, and I've seen it being done years ago. I mean, these people have no idea what I got to when I was their age. And I sort of take it off, and my eyes are sort of glazed, and I'm
You just called us old
unfocused.
men.
No, I meant the other.
Yes.
And I-
The nobles.
And I
Yeah.
put the bowl, sort of hand the bowl back, and I just sort of
And it
don't
passes
say
around.
anything.
It's a bit like we'll call this thing like a duchy, and they pass it down the left-hand side, and
Take one, pass it on.
yes. And then what about you, my Hawkmen? Do you participate? No. Do you pretend? Do you pretend, or do you just like? No.
Yash,
No.
Yash is going to pretend as a sort of a relaxed intelligence officer, but he has no intention of partaking. However, he's not done this before, so he'll attempt to, but he's no idea how strong it is. But for his duty to Drinax, he's going to pretend to be the chill one in the room and not take a hit.
The cool
So
one.
he's seen what Kel did. He doesn't know that Kel faked it, but he's like, I can probably imitate that under a blanket, and so he's going to try and do that. This is going to go badly wrong.
So roll a deception. if you make this, I'm going to give you a boon for good role playing.
Okay, but I don't have deception. So I'm assuming no jack of all trades, so we'll go untrained.
Yep.
Okay, with doesn't really matter. I'm guessing like
you
dex.
are untrained at taking drugs in a
Yes.
party, so it's realistic.
Yeah, yes, it is because I've never faked it in my life. Okay, here we go. I am high as fuck.
Oh my god, we lost him! We lost him!
Okay.
You're not supposed to drink it.
Yeah. Like you inhale, you just inhale deeply. Like,
I'm like-
you just get it all wrong.
And then you breathe it out, right, and it's fine. Oh no, wait. Oh, I don't care. I don't care. And he passes it on to some attractive lady.
You're
who
gonna
might be
make-
Luca. He doesn't know.
You're going to make a difficult endurance roll now to see if you can resist the effects of the drug,
I'm an attempt.
or
to
you're
do
going to be
difficult
high,
endurance
or you're
roll.
going to
Okay.
be high.
Okay, endurance difficult. So I'll change the difficulty to difficult. Here we go.
Ooh.
Cast iron stomach, baby.
Ooh.
So he
Yes,
fails. He inhales, but he can keep his shit together. He can handle his high.
Yeah, you feel the effects. It definitely hits you, but you hold your shit together. You don't do a whitey, and you're not going to
Thank
have any.
fuck.
Yeah, you're not going to have any physical penalties. And Luca, were you partaking?
So what I will be doing is, again, I don't know how to act. I'll pretend I'm busy with something else. Normally I would think I'd have a drink, but I didn't order a drink, so the only thing I can think of is I'll quickly reach out to the bag of treats for animals, and I'll show, I already have something I enjoy, and I'll just stop eating
Like a
those
dog biscuit.
treats.
That's for wussies. You want one of these fish treats, my friend.
Yeah, I'm just, like I kind of have my thing going on, so it looks normal to pass. And
You
I'll
could
just
you
have
could
to-
shove it in your lip near your gum, so it looks like it's like some kind of like chewing tobacco. So it's you're
Yeah.
not eating it but
Like
pushing
sure.
it in, like you're
Like
getting
Yeah,
your
yeah,
hits
yeah,
off
maybe
that.
something like that.
Pretend like it's a suppository and just shove it straight up your ass.
There's a scream. Suddenly, there's a scream, and the sound of shattered glass. Can you all make recon rolls, please?
Ooh.
What's a recon roll?
So recon is a skill.
I don't
Is
have
there
that.
a
So do I
modifier?
just?
What's
You
the
would
characteristic?
use dexterity or intellect.
Okay.
So for me, it's untrained, right? So I just
Yep.
click untrained and click roll.
Yep.
Okay.
Effective 6 for me.
Two.
Kel doesn't even hear the scream.
This is like a servant's problem, right?
Yeah.
Someone's dropped a glass. Not my problem.
Well, it's not though, is it? 3, tiny, and we're talking about the size of a mouse. Little kind of robot droids come flying into the room and they shatter a couple of glasses as they head straight for Celestinius. They are fearsome looking things with chrome metal heads, a kind of glass body, and a needle-like proboscis. I guess you guys with the peripheral vision enhancements should be highlighted up there. These are little assassin bots, and there's 3 of them heading for Kel. Everyone roll for initiative.
Boom! Right, oh man, I got an effective 6 on my recon.
Roll initiative is just there, right? Yeah. And
I
then
see these things clearly.
You don't add anything different to initiative, do you? Just roll it.
You just roll it.
Formula is characteristic. Yeah, it's just its own thing. Yeah.
Roll for initiative? Can
Yeah,
you
I
find us, please?
Does-
I have a
does
It's
it-
at the top.
Yeah, so under your skills, there's a roll initiative button above every
yes.
skill.
There is. Thank you.
I got
I-
10.
Normal.
My peripheral vision enhancement picks them out, and I am moving despite my ever so slight head high.
Let me. How do I? 1.
And Luca, he would have joined this fight, but he really wanted to finish this treat which he already started and just found relative surprisingly tasty, and he would be like,
He starts it and he's like, actually, these are really good.
Ooh.
There's a lot of
Shit,
assassin
shit,
bot dice
shit.
going out. Shit, one of them got higher than all of us.
Okay. So one of them flies across the room. It's you see it, but it's already flown across the room towards the Viscount. Woomph. Flies across there, and it just flies straight at him.
Mm-hmm.
Now these things are difficult to hit if you have to hit them. Okay. So it's going to make an attack roll at him. It's just got this very small little needle-like kind of proboscis.
What damage can that do?
Damage can that do?
Apart from his arsehole full of poison fluid.
In my, I don't know how
A
combat
little
works. So, is it all 2d6 for combat? I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'll talk
2d6
you through
for
it.
everything.
I'll talk you through it. Yeah,
That's all
I'll
right.
talk you through it on your round. Okay, so
I might
Celestinius,
be dead before then.
Yeah.
it delivers 1 hit to you. You've got any armor?
I have subdermal arm.
Oof.
Yes, he does!
Underneath my skin is a very thin layer of ablative plating made of thick polymers.
To protect him from his father's tusks.
It's not everywhere, but it's like on my sort of torso and upper limbs, like not on my extremities.
Oh, bollocks.
You motherfucker. So this thing, it goes right through your shirt, and its needle-like proboscis goes onto your armor and just bends.
Yeah. So it pierced the skin, but just underneath the skin, there's this weird
Yeah.
polymer layer, and it just sort of snaps off,
It's,
or
it's
it doesn't
it's
go,
nothing
doesn't
more than a
penetrate.
scratch. It doesn't penetrate. That's extremely disappointing.
I'm sorry.
Baron Yash Kobina, it's your round.
So Yash just took a hit from the bowl, and as far as everyone else can tell,
It's from the
he was
bowl.
relaxed before. He's relaxed now. Hits from the bong all night long. But he flies up. So in his enhanced peripheral vision, I got a 6 effect on my recon. I saw these things coming in, but I wasn't quick enough to stop the first one. But before the others, he's going to sort of roll forward and spring, and he's going to snap his wings out as big as they'll go, and he is just going to dive. He's wearing body armor, so he is just going to dive over Kel, and he's going to, elbow the lady out of the way and just dive on top of Kel and just shout, "Assassin!"
I'm going to say you can clear that room because it's probably not. It's not going to be 6 meters, so you can get across that room. You can go right adjacent to Kel.
I've got athletics dex, if that helps. I'm going to try and just cover his body.
Yes, you're going to make an athletics dex roll. That's a good call.
This drug does make some people very horny. So I just
He's like, oh no! He's aroused.
Yes, he's gonna have a massive erection when you land on him.
Effective 0.
It hits the subdermal armor and just.
No, that's true.
And it just bends. Yeah. That's canon now. Yash has a bent penis.
He has a bent penis. So can you bring yourselves right adjacent to Cal?
Yep.
It's not paused, is it? Is it paused?
No, I can move. Pretty much right on top of him.
Yeah, you basically dive on top of him. Okay, so you made a skill roll, you did your movement, next person on the next person on the order is this assassin bot here. It is also going to drive up. Yeah, they're not too bright actually. It is also going to fly over there, and it makes an attack roll. But it's got some cover now, or rather,
I'm sort of lying on top of him in an unpleasant way.
Yes, so it's still going to try and make an attack. That's really shit. That so we'll give it a minus.
You devised the greatest poison. Now you know Petito's frustration.
It's really I can't believe that you've got, of all the things you could have chosen. You've chosen some armor that means it can't penetrate your skin.
Well, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Fucking
Celestinius is all about a lack of penetration, from what I hear.
Can we role play that this girl, Aqua or whatever, she also Aquaria, she's also secretly an assassin, but she tries to kill him by sitting on his face? Is it like this is the part?
Kill me now!
So she's going to end up sitting on the back of my head now.
This
she's
is the
just
part
screaming.
we can't dodge with this armor.
She's not an assassin. She's just screaming. The whole room has just erupted into into chaos now.
As a scion of a noble house, am I familiar with the assassin bots? Is it like you're trained to know what these things are, or are they completely new to me?
Make an education roll. Have you got science as a skill?
I don't. I've got remote ops. So would that be a thing that... I'm not sure if they're remote drones.
Yeah, make just a basic education roll.
So that's clicking on education and click roll.
Excuse me.
What did you roll there? 7?
8. 8 total.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a way that people remove their enemies, isn't it?
Sure, but I've not sort of seen them, or
you've not encountered them, but you've heard about these kind of things.
People try and assassinate noble people, not so it's not okay.
It's not normal, but it does happen, doesn't it?
Okay.
Is there anything you want to do? As you're basically covered by this like big beefy guy with a dark beard and dark beard, and
it's my kind of party.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you've got a throbbing erection, and he's pressed up against you.
Well,
maybe he's making a move.
Maybe. Well, I don't have any weapons on me apart from my dagger, which doesn't seem like a good weapon to use, and I'm not very good with it. I know I'm not very good with it. So can I guess I want to make myself as... I know that I've got this armor. I know that I've got the 3 Hawkmen to protect me. So I'm going to try to hunch over, get cuddled by Baron Yash as much as possible. So I get under cover, basically. I'm not going to try and attack the drone.
The court will talk about this for a long time.
Yes. Okay. So you're just going to kind of stay there, right? So
if there's like I don't know how to come out with it. If there's a mechanic to increase my defense or make it harder for things to hit me, I want to do that. If that's a thing. If it's not, I'll just cower.
Almost like a
corner.
dodge roll using my big hairy corpse.
Yeah.
Not corpse, body. I slipped. That's not canon.
You can make like a dodge reaction.
On the, like if they try to attack me.
Yes, which means you forego your next action, I think. You can either dodge or you can dive. So
Dodge, dip, dive, and dodge.
Yes.
That's what I want to
do.
do.
A dodge and a dive is a dive, but you're kind of covered by this guy.
Just call me Patches O'Houlihan.
I'll just Being defensive mode is whatever difference that makes.
Let me just check what. So dodge, if you don't mind, just bearing with me a
No,
moment.
not at all.
I'll just look up the.
Yeah, it was something like Mike, wasn't it? It was something like dodge means you forgo your next action or something, but dive means you're prone.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And you're pretty
I can't
much
remember
already
the
prone.
details. Yeah, I can't remember the detail.
Yeah. So a traveler diving for cover inflicts a -2 on the enemy's attack roll. But you forego your next action completely.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm happy to do that. I will sort of dive, get between the nice fluffy red cushions and the big gold man.
Yes. Okay. Right. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. So you dived on the floor. You've already kind of covered, but you're trying to sort of squirm into a corner there. Right. Iago, is your go.
Protect me, Hawkman.
Of course, so you've seen like them buzzing in, the other one coming in, and then now there's another one. We'll say, I'm just trying to think the order they'd be coming in, the one that's lower down initiative. Let's say it's still going across the room, maybe, or something like that. And that's the one where the laser rifle rolls it into place, and then we'll use his the eye for targeting, and gets his in range. And he's going to take a shot at it as it goes across the room.
Okay.
So I hope he shoots Aquilia.
They're small.
Mm-hmm.
It's a -4 to hit.
Yeah. I'm going to
Do
take
it.
my boon. I'm going to take my boon.
Oh, yes!
So, how does combat work? 'Cause obviously, I didn't try and attack. Is it just a 2d6 thing?
Yeah.
And you hit on a...
You click on your weapon.
Yeah.
And it should automatically link your skill.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it will
gun
roll
combat
2d6.
energy. Yeah.
Yeah. It will
But
add
you
your
haven't,
dex.
so
you
the
haven't
way-
got like an armor class to try and beat, have you? Because
No, target number of 8.
Yeah, so
Always
yeah,
eight,
for a standard skill test, it's always 8. Anything above that is an effect. So if you get like an 11,
right.
that's an effect of 3, and that gives you +3 damage.
Yes.
so the more you beat that number, the better.
Yeah.
The better, yeah.
So do I change difficulty to so you want me to change that to difficult? So it's a 10
No.
plus.
So no, if you just make it as a standard,
Yeah.
yeah. So if I put your character, so if you say you're using your laser rifle,
Yeah. So
it will say other modifiers,
at the bottom, yes.
yeah, -4,
Okay.
and obviously put your dex, which is there's no modifier, so it's fine.
Not there. And then where do I say that it's a boon?
It is type.
Yeah, type, it says normal, and you can do a drop down to choose boon.
Boon. Let's go for it then.
Oh, this has been amazing.
Oh, that's a
Wow.
lot of dice.
Oh,
Yes! 25 damage!
For some reason, it automatically rolled your damage, didn't it? Which is a bit.
It's really good. We like it actually.
We love that.
You
Yeah.
like that? You don't mind that?
Because
Okay.
if
a lot of
you
dice.
if you get a lot of puking dice, it means you know you've hit, and then you immediately look down to be like, how much?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Amazing. Well, that one is dead. What? So let's just call it. How does that happen? How does that
Just-
shot look?
Almost like anticlimactic because it's so small. It's like a little, almost like a fritz. And there's like it hits so well. It's almost like, did I hit it
Yeah,
or did
it's
it
gone.
self-destruct?
Yes, it's just.
It was
gone.
that weird, and it's just like it's very small, tiny fragments and components scattered on the floor.
They're only type 1 hit these things, so like, there's virtually nothing to them. They're tiny.
But a TL11, tech level 11 laser rifle has just been discharged in this party.
And now the whole place erupts into screaming. There's gunfire. So Luca, it's your go.
Well, I'm not taking a shot for simple reason that I don't think I'll be that lucky to hit it. But
Well, you
also,
could try though, couldn't you?
but also, I think it's important to catch it and see if we could potentially locate the signal which is controlling those. If this-
Yeah.
Or sell it.
We definitely need
Well,
one. We need to
Not in this
contain
session,
one and
not
maybe
in
destroy
this
the other.
session. Yeah.
Oh.
So what I would do, I would assume purely from my animal-like studying experience, which is probably not relevant here, but I'll just assume that if I use sheets in a very not stretched but kind of compact way, and I try to catch it with not a blanket but with a sheet, its propeller
Yeah,
is
like
going
yeah.
to stuck like almost drone being stuck by the
Yeah, nice.
By anything.
Yes. Yeah, by the wind.
by air. Yeah.
You're going to try and cover it with a blanket, aren't
I'm
you?
going to try and cover it, and I'll try to make sure that I don't cover it like with just flat blanket, but it's clearly designed to surpass.
Okay.
You know.
So this
You
is
might
gonna
be able to get them both.
This is going to be like a melee grapple.
So it's safe.
Okay. So bring yourself across the room towards the one you're attacking.
I can see sheets on this sofa where we were, so I'm going to take a sheet, maybe even a tool.
Shit.
Take a big shit on the sofa.
Not that kind of party.
Icon didn't
At least use a bowl.
No, they're full of drugs.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so I brought myself here.
It always comes back to this. Andy taking a shit somewhere. It's not Traveller if Andy isn't taking a shit.
What do I do?
So if you click onto your, if you go into your skills, yeah. Sorry, yeah. If you go into your skills and is there a melee skill? Melee blade. No. Okay, so I just need to transfer skills. I've not put melee 0. So, right. If you look on your character sheet now, Andy, there's a melee skill.
Yeah.
If you click on that skill and change the characteristic modifier to Dex, which isn't going to make a difference. That's going to give you a roll to try and get this sheet on top. It's too fast. And also it's a -4, isn't it? Because it's so small.
With a sheet blanket, it's not really shooting it though.
It's really fast. Have you ever tried to catch a fly?
I have.
With a blanket.
With a blanket. Yes, it's not as easy as you think, is it? It's hard. Okay, so well done anyway.
The most patronising GM in the world.
Is it, Mike? Is it like this child's participation congratulations? You know, you didn't do shit, but well done.
I took part.
This assassin bot goes in again. It doesn't. It's not too bright. It's just going to go in again. Basically, they can't really. They can't really win, can they? Fuck. I'm going to roll anyway.
They can if they roll high enough, but they might stab me.
No, but I think their damage is only 1 damage. So I
but it
think
increases the effect, doesn't it?
I don't know.
Increases the effect.
Yeah, you roll high, the effect can get through still.
There you go.
But
Effect.
with cover, will it hit him or will it hit me?
Shit. No fucking damage.
You won't hit anyone.
I'm suddenly inspired again. I can still win this.
Oh.
Sorry, it's not. It's not. I'm not
Sorry.
gonna beat you.
No.
Almost like a family member who doesn't want him really to die send those bots. He just like make sure assassinate him, but don't really.
What's the point of this? I can't kill a player.
It's not. Sorry, it's not a competition, but it is competition.
That is one of my favourite GM reactions to anything of all the RPG we've done. The very small hope on your face of I'm back in the game, then you roll and you just stared down the lens of the camera and went shit like a little child.
Okay.
Crafting a narrative, Mike. We're all working together to tell a story.
Kill you.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Well
go on,
done anyway,
go on,
Mike.
Baron. Yeah,
Well
and
done
get this.
anyway, Mike.
Try and get this thing before
But so
it's buzzing around. It's buzzing around.
Yash is currently lying on top of Celestinius. Celestinius is trying to cower beneath Yash. I could roll round and try and like stab one of them with my knife or grab it out of the air or something, but it seems like a pretty tricky ask. My armor is more powerful, so what Yash is going to try and do is just double down, wrap his arms around Celestinius, and just make sure he's covering as much of him as possible with the superior body armor that he's wearing to try and stop these things getting any chance of biting at him. So
Make another athletics dex roll.
Okay.
And if you get a good effect, I'll give you a higher cover.
Okay, cool. Effective 2.
Effective 2. So you're going to get 2 cover.
Nice.
2 cover. Okay, so next, it's the next assassin bot is going in. Still a chance back in the game.
He's rolling 8s all night.
All the night.
But it would be perfect. Perfect if it wasn't for the subdermal. It's like they get through my attempts to cover. Actually, they probably don't actually with cover.
Couldn't make it up.
So is that 8? So is the 8 with the cover or without? Do you need to get a 10 really because of the cover?
Yes,
How does it work?
It's the cover. Yeah. It wouldn't be a hit. It wouldn't be a hit.
So it's basically bouncing off my armor rather than your subdermal.
Or it's kind of we're resting out. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Viscount.
Well, so I think again, I don't think I think staying undercover and staying small and diving or ducking, dodging and dipping is the thing to do. But I will shout out to the other hawkmen and say, use water, cover them in liquid, try and throw stuff on them.
Nice.
Because I know about remote drones, right? I've got quite high skill in that, so I know that can damage them. They're hard to hit, it's so small, but if you could just throw a bucket of wine...
Piss on it, Luca!
That can help damage them. Some of them, some drones can be damaged by that. So that's my contribution. I'm like, I should have taken that drug bottle. That'd have been more useful.
I took it. It was great. I dived on a man, and now I don't remember my evening.
You're going to stay basically dived for cover.
Diving is again trying to increase my cover and defense as much as possible. I'm not going to try and because I guess the alternative is me trying to grab it like Mr. Miyagi or something. It doesn't seem like a thing that I can do.
Good try.
I know my limits.
You could still try.
I don't want to try.
You don't have subdermal armor in your fingertips, and now you're dead.
Exactly. If I had the higher level subdermal armor in my hands, I would, but I don't, so I'm not going to risk it.
Okay, so Iago.
So my plan was going to be some kind of liquid, and hearing this from him anyway has only boosted that as an idea. So I think what I do is there must be like various. There's all these drinks everywhere. Try and just like grab a jug of liquid and step forward and then throw it over.
Okay. So make a. It's going to be like a melee roll, isn't it? But it's -4.
So if I've only got melee blade in the list.
Let me just put melee on items, skills, melee. Right.
I wish I had partied more. Yash is regretting this because all he's done tonight is hit a drug bowl by accident, dive on a man, and now people are throwing drinks on him, and he's like, "This is the best night ever."
The drugs didn't affect him as well, really. I mean, he got a bit of a
but not like.
Not huge.
Yeah, you cast like a drink or a bowl over, and it flies across, and a bit of it splashes on the thing, but it doesn't really seem to do anything.
Okay.
You can also take. I think you get 2 actions around. You can take 1 action to aim, 1 action to shoot, give you another +1.
Can aim.
So you could try and pick them out of the air.
But I thought that my action in those would have been that I've got to get the thing, move across.
Oh yeah, no, I
throw
think.
It, but yeah.
I think you did right that turn, and I think if it had worked, it would have been the best option. But that is another option if throwing water isn't working.
Yeah, you can aim. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so Luca, it's your go. Do you want to try with your blanket attack?
So with the -4, does that mean you've got to roll a 12?
Yes. We are.
You get a bonus to your skill though, because you guys.
Of course, I don't have any skills. I don't have any combat skills.
Yeah, we are masters of the blanket.
Of course you are.
So, I'm now slightly relaxed because I can see that whoever is poking Celestinius, except Yash, is not making him much penetration. And you know what? I know it's 12, but I want to catch the thing. I don't want to shoot my laser round. Maybe I'll shoot this beautiful woman, who is.
It has happened before.
Who is making my wings high and hard? So I just want to use the blanket again. I just really want to try my.
I just remember Raytar with the fire extinguisher. What could go wrong?
So make a melee attack then, please. It's at -4.
Well,
that was close.
No,
it was only.
It's -6.
I see. You did
roll
-12.
12. I need to roll 12. I didn't even bother to roll -4.
Oh, okay.
Only 12 will do the job.
Okay, it's the assassin bot again. It's going in.
It's going to be a long night.
So we've got a. What did I say? We had a -2, didn't we?
It's a -2 from Rob wrestling me. Do I get a -2 from me diving as well? I don't.
I'll give you a -4.
Yeah, because I did
Everyone's on a -4.
I did a 2 effect dex roll to cover him.
Yeah, no one's hitting anything.
Yeah.
But it makes sense, right? These are the tiny little drones that are trying to get through a massive, big guy.
Hairy
wrestling
dude.
me.
Trying to get past you. If it looks like it's going to go past midnight, we'll just kind of.
Yeah, I've got to be up early, but you know
we'll fast forward it. We'll just fast forward it. So we'll give it another couple of rounds. But if it looks like it's not going to,
can I whisper to the Baron? I know it's the Baron's turn, but all I've been doing is being wrestled by it. So can I sort of whisper into his ear? Get me out of here!
Yeah, you can,
cool.
You can do that anytime.
Yeah.
Why bother? Why bother killing them?
They go through glass, but they can't go through steel.
Yeah, good point. Good point. So is it my
Idiot Hawkman? Sorry.
Sure go Yash. Sure go Yash.
Yash will take. Yeah, you know, he's not thinking quite as straight as he could have been. You know, he's covering the target. He's relying on the other two, but he's seen Luca waft a blanket twice, and he'll go throw a drink on him, and he's come to the conclusion that maybe this could be a bit of a long drawn affair. So he is going to grab Celestinius and sort of like hook him to his chest and run hunched over towards the nearest exit.
Okay, so you're going to have to move. I'm going to say you can get halfway there.
Okay.
I'd probably say take you to about there, and you're sort of dragging him with you.
Yeah, I've got athletic strength at 0, if that helps.
That's a good call. Yeah, so make an athletic strength roll.
Ooh.
Effective 3, baby.
So what we'll do is we'll put Celestinius on the other side, and we'll say you've also got him under some cover.
Yeah, I've sort of hunched over, grabbed him almost like a baby in a papoose, and I'm just running.
Okay, so let's go for the next assassin bot, and let's just see. That is going to sort of fly over as well, so it sort of flies past, and it comes in over the top at the side. It's sort of coming alongside V-count. It's going to make an attack roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not so much cover this time because you're on the move.
I know.
You've got a -2. Oh, it's got a -2.
Yeah, garbage.
Chips. This game's bullshit.
Kernon is back in game.
Yeah, that's...
Yep, we love it. It's Canon episode 1 rolls.
My foundry is fucked. I'm sure it's a
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, mine's going really well.
It's in my turn, right?
Yes.
Am I close enough to the door to make a bolt for it and close it behind me? Because I know that now that Yash...
Yeah, if I just sort of like if he tries to go, I'll just let him go and stand in.
Stand in the... So can I book it out of the room? And if there's like a solid door or...
Close the door.
I want to close the door behind me.
Yes, I'll let you do that. Let's make you make a dexterity athletics dex roll to get out, close the door, and get out in time.
This will be a thing I don't have. So have I got Jack of all trades? I don't know if I do.
No.
I didn't think so. Right, so what am I doing? Dex, right?
Have you got athletics dex as a skill?
Nope.
No, so just make a basic dex roll.
Oh yes, Boston.
So let's take you off the sort of image there. You've got out sort of through the room. You're effectively sort of out of the combat, but you're also out of danger. And these two things are going to come. They're going to come flying across the room, and they just boom embed in the wall, embed in the door.
Yeah. As I slam it behind me, I sort of rush through, put it behind me, and I hear.
Yes, yeah, and for purposes of the story tonight, we'll just kind of say like these things kind of embed in the door, and you guys can just go over and either destroy them or capture them.
I think destroy one, keep one.
Yeah. So like Yash is the closest. Will sort of run up and just bury his gauntleted fist in the back end of one, and then wait for maybe Luca to pluck the other one out of the wall.
Okay.
The animal lover.
Yeah, exactly. To treat it with some care.
He's got his lepidopterist net.
You know,
Gives it a snack.
Yeah, give it a treat.
Luca will catch a very strange thought he never had in his life before.
Oh God!
Thought,
Kill the mayor of Restop.
we could have solved the other one. But he's like, where is this coming from? And he'll just drop grab the thing, and as I walk past the Viscount, I will say, "Well played, sir, as I taught you."
What we're going to do there, fellows, is we're going to bring the night to an end. I'm just going to quickly take you to the landing pad.
I'm sorry your drones didn't get to penetrate, Mike.
I'm not.
No,
I don't like you penetrating me, Mike, apart from on pre-agreed occasions.
It's a bit disappointing, really. In fact, it was extremely disappointing that I didn't get to sort of at least deliver the drug to you.
Yeah, well, the first one that hit, then I reminded you that I had the armor, and you sort of got really sad. It was, it's like I'd taken away a treat.
You're going to have to watch so much walrus porn before you can sleep tonight.
I was extremely sad. I was like, oh, fuck.
We couldn't tell, Mike. You look pretty happy.
Shit.
I think we should, like, when we're getting into the ship, we should almost like explain time to hustle, right? So we're going to get you there quite quickly.
Yeah.
Not quite running, but effectively like in a little triangle around you.
Yeah, marching.
To just get you there. But Iago does down. He's leading the triangle. He's at the front.
And Yash is at the back, just a bit high.
Does point out that what a fantastic shot he was back there.
Yes. Yes, he did. The only one.
Well, I didn't see it because I was underneath Yash at the time. I was sort of being smothered.
By the time we get to the ship, you know everything about it.
It's been regaled multiple times.
Yeah.
Sure.
And each time the shot was better, and the shot was further away, and the
target was smaller.
Yeah,
it was moving faster.
All the time. Yeah.
So you leg it across the city, hustle and bustle past the sort of crowds and through people. You get to the kind of landing pad, and you arrive there, and then the Star Yacht is there. It's fueled. The pilot is ready to go. You go running across the kind of the landing pad there, and as you get onto the ship, and as the ship starts to take off, you kind of look over at the landing pad, and you just see 3 or 4 figures come running onto the landing pad behind you, as you're sort of taking off as the ship sort of starts to depart. You can definitely see 3 of these combat armor clad soldiers come running on, armed with laser carbines, and then behind them another figure. You can't really tell who it is. They're in shadow almost. It's perfect for the story, really. You can't really
slightly out of focus.
Bit like an uncle.
It's hard to tell. You can't really tell. It's all happening too fast. The figure basically hangs back and just kind of watches as your ship starts to, and then starts to move off into space. And that is the end of our session, gentlemen. That's the end of our one shot.
That was stunning. Thank you, Mike. Well done, mate. I need to kick off immediately, but that was awesome. Well played, dudes.
I need to kick off too.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah,
that was
cheers,
fantastic.
guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks very much, guys.
Yeah,
I hope that was our introductory traveller session, Phil. And then
I hope everyone likes what I'm going to bring to the table.
Yeah,
I do.
Another great character. Yeah, really cool.
It's going to be an awesome mix.
That was great.
Scratch.
Also bring
Scratch can't wait to give you a hug.
Do we come in a pack with Celestinius as sort of a mini army?
No, you don't get bonus soldiers. The job was to drop him off an hour in the sea.
He's going to drop. Yeah.
Can
You might meet him again.
Convince Luca to stay.
To sell his guards.
To play it out.
You're not going to stick a gold piece in his arse, are you?
Give him a surfboard.
Yash already did that.
All right, guys.
Right.
Sleep out,
Thanks
boys.
so much.
Yeah.
Bye.
Cheers,
Right.
guys.
Have a good week, everyone.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.